Hidden beneath the enchanting streets of Paris, a chilling world of mortality lies silently, bound by millions of human bones, preserved within the intricate catacombs of Paris. These catacombs are but a fraction of the extensive subterranean labyrinth that weaves its way beneath the bustling city, holding secrets that span centuries. The story begins with the valuable limestone deposits, buried beneath the surface of Paris, which served as the building blocks of the city itself. Throughout the ages, the industrious residents mined these deposits, initially through open-pit quarries dating back to the 1st century. As the city flourished and expanded from the 13th century onwards, the quarries took on a new dimension, plunging underground and carving out a vast network of tunnels. This sprawling underground realm, born from centuries of excavation, mirrors the layout of the city streets above in many places, running almost parallel to the bustling urban thoroughfares. The catacombs, a remarkable part of this mysterious world, hold not only a tangible connection to the past, but also an eerie and haunting beauty, inviting us to explore the depths of Paris's history in an unprecedented way. Corpses everywhere. In the midst of Paris's vibrant development as a hub for politics, trade, art, and culture, millions of lives ebbed and flowed within its boundaries by the 17th century. However, the very success of the city gave rise to a ghastly dilemma. As the population grew, so did the number of departed souls, overwhelming the city's capacity to provide a final resting place. By the 18th century, the situation had spiraled to a point where burial space was nearly exhausted. Disturbingly, the deceased weren't contained, and during periods of heavy rainfall, decomposed bodies and bones began to emerge from the cemeteries, flowing into the unsuspecting nearby neighborhoods. The pervasive stench of death was suffocating, choking the once beautiful city. Among the most severely impacted was the Les Halles neighborhood, in close proximity to the renowned Les Innocents cemetery. This cemetery had served as a burial ground for countless generations, accumulating mass graves over centuries. It housed the remains of victims from the devastating 1348 plague, unclaimed bodies from accidents, and even homeless individuals brought from morgues. The Les Innocents cemetery, despite its historical significance, was now a part of Paris in crisis, a tangible manifestation of a city grappling with its own past and mortality. A putrid odor permeated Paris. In the tumultuous 1700s, a dreadful stench of decaying flesh pervaded the air, inflicting its nauseating grip upon the entire neighborhood. The revered perfumeries of Paris, known for their alluring scents, found themselves powerless in the face of this relentless onslaught of putridity. The people were weary, their patience exhausted, and even King Louis XV was compelled to intervene. But his efforts were stymied by the church's lucrative interests, which reveled in the profits brought by the infamous cemetery, Les Innocents. Reports tell of a macabre market for burial plots, where the privileged purchased prime locations, while others were relegated to mass graves, crammed with as many as 1,500 lifeless bodies. The cemetery's fetid state was so dire that legends claim its very aura could stain fabric and hasten the decay of fresh meat. As the odor choked the city, horrifying scenes unfolded as human remains spilled out into the streets and homes, the culmination of a catastrophe triggered by heavy rains in 1780. Exasperated, King Louis XVI finally took decisive action. Not only would Les Innocents be emptied, but all human remains from every cemetery in the city would be relocated below the surface, hidden away in the labyrinth and old quarries. The catacombs of Paris, as they came to be known, became the repository for the silent remains of countless Parisians, forever entwining their history with the haunting depths beneath the bustling streets, a chilling reminder of a time when the boundaries between life and death became too fragile to endure. It required a significant amount of time and effort to excavate the bodies and transport them to the underground tunnels. However, despite the royal decree and the massive scale efforts, the sheer volume of corpses buried in Paris made the process of moving them all to the underground quarries a daunting task that spanned a grueling 12 years. On April 7, 1786, 6 years after the closure of the less innocent cemetery, the Tombeaux Issoires quarries were officially consecrated by the Catholic Church. The section of the underground quarry designated to hold the bones was designated the municipal ossuary, later known as the Catacombs. An estimated 6 to 7 million human bones were relocated to the underground space, with some of the oldest bones dating back nearly 1,000 years to the Merovingian era. The transfer of bones from other cemeteries around Paris continued for several decades, concluding in 1814. While a portion of the ossuary was open to the public in 1809, the arrangement of the bones and structural modifications were carried out multiple times. In 1860, another urban development initiative in Paris resulted in further deposits of bones within the catacombs. In 2002, the catacombs were formally affiliated with the Carnavalet Museum and have since been actively promoted as a significant part of Parisian heritage. Candles and soap made from human remains. The grim tales of horror related to the millions of deceased in Paris extend beyond the cemeteries and the process of transferring bones. Due to the limited space and the sheer volume of bodies stacked atop one another, an unusual type of decomposition occurred within the cemetery grounds. When the exhumation began at the cemetery, a peculiar phenomenon was discovered. The human remains had transformed into fat due to the lack of oxygen. So much fat was retrieved from the cemetery that crafting candles and soaps from human remains became a macabre trend in the fashionable city. Only a fraction of the vast ossuary is accessible to the general public. This publicly open area is located in the 14th arrondissement of Paris and extends for approximately 1.7 kilometers. Visitors can descend into the eerie City of the Dead at Place Denfert-Rochereau for a small entry fee. However, the catacombs stretch far beyond the sections open to the public, and numerous urban legends surround their mysterious depths, including stories of people getting lost and never being found, whispers of secrets, and more. The catacombs lie at a depth of at least 20 meters below the Parisian surface, beneath the sewer lines and metro lines. Venturing into the restricted areas is against the law and may result in arrest. During the 20th century, there were several alleged instances of soap being made from human body fat. During World War I, there were claims in the British press that the Germans operated a corpse factory, utilizing the bodies of their own soldiers to produce glycerin and soap. After the war, the British government acknowledged that these stories were untrue. Similarly, during World War II, there were beliefs that soap was being mass-produced from the bodies of the victims of Nazi concentration camps in German-occupied Poland. While not on a large scale, it was indeed confirmed that the Nazis undertook the production of soap from human bodies, albeit on a small scale. The Yad Vashem Memorial, an important institution dedicated to Holocaust remembrance, has stated that the Nazis did not extensively produce soap from Jewish corpses. They argued that the rumors of mass-produced soap from human remains were intentionally used by the Nazis to terrorize camp inmates. Evidence presented during the post-war Nuremberg trials indicated that German researchers had developed a method for the production of soap from human bodies. It's worth noting that the rumor regarding soap production from human corpses during World War II was a disturbing part of the larger atrocities committed by the Nazis in concentration camps. While the extent of mass production remains contentious, the fact that such stories circulated underscores the horrifying nature of the Holocaust. The Yad Vashem Memorial's clarification about the lack of industrial-scale soap production from Jewish corpses serves as a crucial historical correction. The Nazis employed various psychological tactics to instill fear among prisoners, including spreading rumors of such gruesome practices. These manipulative methods were designed to demoralize and dehumanize those imprisoned in the camps. The process of transferring millions of human bones to the catacombs in Paris was a monumental endeavor that had significant cultural and historical implications. It not only solved the pressing issue of overcrowded cemeteries, but also shaped a unique underground attraction that continues to draw visitors from around the world. The restricted sections of the catacombs, which remain off-limits to the public, have become the stuff of legend. Tales of underground exploration, secret gatherings, and unexplained phenomena fuel the mystery surrounding these concealed depths beneath the city of Paris. In recent years, concerns have arisen about unauthorized entry into the restricted areas of the catacombs. Authorities in Paris have taken measures to prevent illegal access, as navigating the intricate tunnels without proper knowledge or guidance can be extremely dangerous. The potential for getting lost, encountering unstable passages, and becoming trapped is a real and significant risk. The catacombs' connection to Paris's historical and cultural heritage continues to be highlighted through its integration with the Carnavalet Museum. This partnership showcases the importance of preserving and sharing the city's intriguing past, even when that history has macabre and unsettling aspects. The stories of the catacombs, from the grim past of overcrowded cemeteries to the ongoing efforts to protect these subterranean tunnels, provide a chilling yet captivating glimpse into the darker aspects of a city renowned for its beauty, art, and culture.